Wise man say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. But when it's just barely on time, you
It
still
is.
gotta pay for your pizza.
Dang it.
Dang.
Does this need to go over here? Is this what? Yeah.
Is
that how we're?
No, you're backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when it faded out, I was like, oh wait, I put us on the wrong side. Damn it.
Damn, where have we been?
Yeah, it's been since January. Did we miss all of February?
I don't think we've talked in February. No.
I think I did.
Because there was the Super Bowl that we said we can't do it, and then I totally spaced it out last weekend when we would have been like back on track, I think. So yeah.
No, it would have been off track, right? Because football was before.
Oh
the
yeah,
before, yeah.
And
so since the Super Bowl was going on, I agreed to go help a bud with a Comic-Con again. So I couldn't have done it either way.
Yeah.
But I decided to do that Comic-Con in Missouri, which we realized Sunday towards the end. It was down Springfield.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, but it was still in Missouri, so the streets emptied.
Honestly, that
town is emptied.
I gotcha. I was gonna say that's really more Arkansas.
yeah. It's close. It's only like 3 hours from here, but it was ghost town. The restaurants closed early. We got out of the convention center at like about 8:30, and everybody was just like, nope, sorry, we're shutting down. We're out. We're going.
Except for like the pizza joints and the sports bars and like the regular bars and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sit down restaurant type places, they were like, we're out of here.
The only thing that was open was a sports bar, and it was loud. It was
I'd imagine so.
We got out of there right as overtime started and headed for the interstate. Not a car, no headlights. Nobody except.
Well, then I would imagine it was kind of tense in there while you were in there too.
Yes,
huh? Like, could you
yes, because it was towards that. Are we? Are we not? Are we?
Yeah. Well, sports have happened, which we normally don't talk about, but a lot of toys have happened since the last time we got to talk too. So I'm kind of excited to get caught up.
It's that what was supposed to be Toy Fair season. So the companies are still on that rotation, on that cycle.
Even though we had that weird Toy Fair not long ago, it makes me sad that we're not at Toy Fair.
Not freezing balls off in New York in February.
Which means since it's around Toy Fair, you and I need to start talking about what, if anything, we're going to start planning for the summer, because we got to like start to lock down.
Is it coming around? Well, I don't know. Hear me out. A local guy said Fort Smith Comic-Con, which is the local Comic-Con, huge convention. I don't know if he texted and said he had a table there this year. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll come by or something. And I haven't been to Fort Smith Comic-Con in years. He goes, it's this weekend. It's the exact same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con. So I've got choices to make. I've got decisions to make.
What the hell is San Diego doing, stepping on toes like that?
Yep. They should know. But I told him I'll think about it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, this is the time too that they get you, or at least they get me, because it's Toy Fair time, but it's in the middle of the like winter doldrums, which leading up to Toy Fair, it's like, you know what? I don't know if I want to put up with the hassle of going to San Diego or whatever this year. But then Toy Fair happens. Or like they're doing all these reveals and all this new stuff is shipping. And it's getting to my door. And it's like, oh, that's what San Diego is going to be like. And I have no self-control. So
so the build-up it starts ramping up.
And it happens at the exact right time when like you have to start looking at hotels.
Yeah.
So I'm quite bummed about PowerCon as well, and I'm really hoping that things are going to be able to recombobulate or whatever to make for a successful show that will happen in 2025, because that show is so much fun. It's so much fun.
It is. And like we talked about it several times, it doubled in a year from what was it, 22 to 23?
Yeah. Yeah.
They had a show in the fall because there wasn't a toy fair this time last year, was there?
No,
Was that
there hadn't
early
been there hadn't been a toy fair since 2020, was it?
2020?
Yeah, because COVID, because we were at Toy Fair and we were talking to Brian Flynn, we were talking to like Randy and a couple other people, and like, I don't know what's going on, how it's going to happen, but China's going nuts right now. And 2 weeks later,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. To the point where it was like getting on flights and stuff and everything. But they will be back to this schedule next year, right?
Yes. Well, close. I think it's in March, which is fine.
March is a little better.
Yeah.
Weather-wise,
March is
maybe?
fine. March is much better weather-wise because New York is like here. It's like it can still be cold as you know what, but it can also be nice. And February is really usually not nice, especially where the Javits Center is located right off the water.
Meanwhile, when I restarted the computer on my laptop before we started, I got a notification at the bottom. Tomorrow may be record high for this area for this date.
It's supposed to be like 75 here tomorrow and then like 39 on Wednesday. So it's in the middle of if you don't have a good like immune system or tenacity, it's going to make you sick because it's bouncing all over the place.
Yep, because nope, I don't like kicking back and forth the heater and the air conditioner. Once the air conditioner comes on, that's it. There's no more heat.
Well, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. I want the weather to remain nice because, hey, nice weather is better than, freezing cold, wintry snow weather. But also, not to get into too much about what's going on around here, is that the pool construction has been slow. I want it to pick back up. So maybe we could have a couple of these poolside in the summertime.
Oh man, I can't even imagine a poolside stream.
We're going to get all of the water characters and it's just going to be like, toss them in the water. Look at them. They can swim because they are water guys. And I dreamed of doing stuff like that when I was a kid and I didn't have a pool, so I couldn't do it because I wouldn't take toys that I cared about to like the public pool, or my dad lived in like an apartment complex and then a duplex that had, pools and whatnot when my parents separated at first. And it was like, nope, not taking them because they could get lost and then I would never forgive myself. So it's like, I'm going to have a lot of things coming home to roost with being able to play with the toys that I want to play with in the pool.
And you have so many mermans
to
put in the pool.
Yeah. And I got little ones that are just the right age to like, let's play. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Go get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be 39 on Tuesday, but right now I'm sick as a dog.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I had some sniffles earlier in the week, but
I'm going to knock wood here. Well, I guess because we did fairly well this season with avoiding the sicknesses, but my mom and stepdad, my mom got COVID last week or late the week before, and then of course gave it to him. And so we've kind of been out of the rhythm of, because there's no such thing as a parenting hack, it's like you live close to relatives to help with that kind of thing. And it's like they help us out a little bit because of like scheduling and getting kids to places and stuff like that. It's like, man, this week has been a freaking grind having to like account for all of that on our own. And it's really only like one day a week that they give us a hand, but it's like, oh man, it's been it's like, are you guys feeling better yet? No.
Hey, listen, get over it.
Yeah.
Get to my work.
Yeah.
What did I just see? Oh, do y'all have a favorite figure with you during cons and events, or do you go empty for more purchase room? Now, the empty for more purchase room is that's part of the law. That's a rule. In fact, I'll dump clothes in order to put toys in backpacks to get on planes.
I've experienced that with him. He got on that plane bare ass naked, and they were like, "What are you doing?"
I had to have a figure in every orifice to get through.
He was wearing a toy kini that was like all of them like tied together.
I will dump dirty clothes I've worn. Yeah. But Gus has made a few cons here and there.
I took Gus. Something that I take with me everywhere, just because he's in my backpack that I used for travel, whether it's for vacation, cons, work. It's the backpack that goes with me everywhere, and he's been in my backpack forever through like transfers to new backpacks. For some reason, I do not know why. I have the vintage Star Wars prune face in my bag, and he goes
Really?
everywhere with me. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Well, you've
But
seen my Admiral Akbar with Obi-Wan robe.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
just a side pocket type thing.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's small enough that, but I got a pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store last Monday or something, and that contained my full case of each of Mega Man, Fireman, and Iceman. So one of those guys and one of the figures of those guys is going to be coming with me to cons from here on out. So,
because you're gonna have you have the kitchen set, the bathroom set, the bedroom set, the toy room set.
I knew I had to account for that because they display two ways, right? Because they have two different portraits. So there's two. Wanted to keep a set carded. I wanted a set that I could just play with and like mess around with and not care if like I join them up or whatever. My daughter wanted a set, so that was 5. I wanted to have one set to like, okay, in case something happened. And I was like, you know what? I got to get you one of them. And it's like that, like, I won't keep a full case of each. Like, some of them will just be given out to be like, because this is the line that I'm going to be like, no, try this out because they're awesome. Go support it because I need it to live forever. Yeah. So it's a little crazy, but I'll have probably Iceman with me in San Diego to like try to will it to be a little cooler walking outside in the sunshine sometimes.
Which is really the only time that it's hot.
Yeah. It's like it's not hot. It's just the sun is hot. If you're in the shade, it's like it's almost jacket weather.
Appreciate it, John. What's up, guys? Hey, can you talk to Brian Flynn into getting a WWE license for Super 7 80s Hulk Hogan Rock and Wrestling animated figures?
I am scheduled with him this week, right? Because it's the first Friday. On Friday? Yeah. I'm scheduled with him this week. And yeah, you know what? I'll mention something to him. I would imagine that the licensing for that is a bloody nightmare, but maybe.
It'd be cool though.
Yeah, it would be. To have an animated style, Hulk Hogan and some of those other characters in the style that fits in with, Ultimates overall. That would be a lot of fun.
I do not need to shuffle myself into a building with a heavy winter coat because I just heard a tornado siren. One thing at a time, please. My sister-in-law lived in Oklahoma City for a while, and she was always posting about, had an earthquake and a snowstorm today. It's like, no, yeah, like Stupid said, one thing at a time.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Toy Keeney, yeah, that's right. That's right. Can't wait. And enough people like to send you cool stuff. Hello there. That I wouldn't doubt that some industrious individual is going to maybe make a custom Robo and a Toy Keeney.
Nobody.
And send right to the post office box so that it can be shared on a play day, and it's going to be something.
Nobody needs that.
Do it, guys. Do it. Come on, let's make this happen. Let's make it happen.
Robo, you got an echo. I heard that a couple times, but is it gone now?
I don't hear an echo with you, but
well, I think it was coming out your speaker into your microphone.
Oh.
I turned mine down a little bit.
Is that better?
It's been gone for a minute.
Down? Oh, okay.
Didn't they do WWE? No, I think Andre's separate, right?
Yeah, they did like individual licensing on characters because Andre is like immune to the WWE owns that look or owns that name or whatever. Andre's his own deal. Yeah.
Hey guys, do you think with the Baron Zemo reveal it could help get G.I. Joe team making a hooded Cobra Commander?
No, I don't. because Zemo is owned by Disney and Cobra Commander is owned by Hasbro. And yes, it's the same company making the figures, but it's IP ownership. So I don't imagine that it probably has a lot to do with each other as far as that goes.
Oh,
That's
well,
my thought, though.
I was gonna say I have the promo, but I just have the stream pictures. They haven't released actual pictures of that, have they?
Yeah, which, by the way, that was probably the greatest reveal that they had, even though it's like I don't even own Arnim Zola anymore. And I'm like over the moon about it, but at the same time, like, this is what should have been done in the first place 12 years ago or whenever it was. It's like, how do you make an Arnim Zola and then not give him a Jack Kirby, likeness? I am so glad to be able to buy this set. I cannot wait.
So you don't have the do you still have the original Zola?
Oh, absolutely I do.
Okay,
But
okay.
it's like I don't even own it anymore because with this, it's like this is the way that it should be.
Is this did it just
Oh, wait a minute. Is that you or is that me?
looks like
Is that
my
me?
signal?
Uh-oh.
The oh, hey, it's showing full power on my computer, but not on there.
Yeah, mine's showing going well, but yeah, I don't oh, breaking up is hard to do.
Back on dial up. Yep.
But yeah,
Bathroom break time.
This set is glorious because
Oh, what did I just see? I wish they had made a new body for it. Maybe, but what else does he need?
who Zola?
Zola. Yeah.
I mean, if they wanted to go like full blown Kirby, they could have made him like more squat and square. I guess, but that's one of those things that it's like, if I was like, if they were calling this like a signature Jack Kirby Arnim Zola, I would be, yes, absolutely, I agree. This hits close enough for me, especially with that face.
And I came to the realization Friday that this is as old as the Bucky Cat body.
Yeah.
But I feel like this still holds up.
Oh, it does. It's great.
And again, I'm okay with the Bucky Cat body in some instances 12 years later. For like characters that are just going to barely slip by anyway.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see it eventually needs to go away.
Yeah. Especially the feet. and the
Yeah.
inherent floppy. I mean, because it did get to a point where that ab crunch was pretty much floppy on everybody, wasn't it? A little bit.
Yeah. And gappy.
Yeah.
That's the Silverhawks getting revenge from space. I would be afraid of that if it was an actual thing, but
they're not metal. They're not real.
I think it's something like Silverhawks.
Oh, now you're really cooking it.
Yeah. I think that was the theme song.
Yeah.
Silverhawks are loose. It's showing full power is the most Robo take on technology ever. It's got full power.
His son did that thing where he put a piece of paper that covers all of the keys that he's not supposed to touch on the keyboard, except for the ones and what they do.
That he labeled all the cords sticking in the back and the front and the modem and stuff.
How do you rewind these Super Nintendo tapes?
Super Nintendo. Oh, what are you expecting from the Joe stream on Thursday? That's the thing about Joe streams. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, I never know, and that's the cool thing about it. Of course, I don't do league lists anyway. So, I mean,
Yeah.
even with the other streams, it's like, okay. But with Joe's and not knowing as much about that property as I do, like Marvel and Star Wars, everything's a surprise. Everything's a joy to watch.
I agree. And really, it's been a long with the possible with the possible exception of Jinx, because I'm not in love with the bare arms thing, but I see how it makes more sense. I have not been saddened or disappointed by a GI Joe reveal in a long time.
And even Jinx, I'm not too.
Yeah, I'm not too upset about it. It's one
Yeah.
of those that it's like the reason why I'm irked about it is because I don't have the willpower to pass on this one, knowing full well that they'll do a retro version where she's got the sleeves later on.
Exactly. I mean, it almost feels like they save that now, which is cool. Hey, they get the different releases out. Here's Jinx. Here's the initial. If you want an updated one, there it is. Wait for the retro. If you
and the thing that gets me about that is that there's a lot of cool stuff that's I think getting ready to ship, at least that I already have on pre-order. And damn it, if Duke and Scarlet aren't probably the two that I'm looking forward to the most.
Damn it. Yeah.
I know. And maybe that's just because they're such, mains that like to get okay, this is how I've wanted them to be, but still.
Plus, it's been a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were hot and heavy. Well, not so much Scarlet. Was there 2 releases?
Yes. Slightly different colorways.
And there's been a few Dukes. But it was all just variations on that same design. This is retro. Yeah. This is going back.
Correct. And speaking of those, and like, okay, I think one thing that I will put out there now that all of the HISS tanks have shipped and whatnot, I'm gonna say that retro Cobra Commander. They're gonna show them off. They're gonna say, here's the retro Cobra Commander without the Mickey Mouse ears, because everybody's got this one now, and we can do that.
I was looking for mine. I don't know where it went because I left it on card.
So same. And
I probably threw it in the floor.
And the only thing keeping me from doing that is knowing full well that, well, of course they're going to do a regular retro version of it, because I'll be honest with you, Cobra Commander, as I have him in my display of an opened figure going all the way back to like Wave 1 or whatever, that's my least favorite figure that they've done, period, in the line. So
I'm okay with it, but yeah, I'll definitely take the updated. When will we get a toy room collection tour? I'm working on that. It's dusty and cluttered, but I'm hoping to put some shelves out here soon once it dries up outside.
And I'm thinking, I know I've been really bad about it. I'm thinking that I will have things in a mostly okay spot the next time that like Robo would come up here to be able to shoot one, because I'll be honest with you, I can't, because I live in this space. Well, I'm down in this space a lot. I can't get my head around what the right way is to do it. So I need somebody else to help me with that. So, yeah.
It has been a bit, hasn't it?
Now, yeah, because now that Eternia is here, I can fix the...
Have you got it out and put together yet?
It's all put together.
Nice.
And I was thinking about doing like a probably clunky unboxing or putting together of it. But my oldest daughter decided she wanted to really help me open it and put it together. And I don't put my kids out in public internet. So I was like, you know what? I want to do this with you. Let's do it. And even as someone who, which that was awesome. It was the right decision. It was really fun to put that together with her, because she knows Eternia, because I have the vintage one, but it's like up on the shelf. I don't have the tracks on it, so I've never run the I've never run the cars on it, because the vintage tracks, like, they disintegrate if you just look at them funny, right? So even someone who has the vintage Eternia, getting this new one was just an absolute thrill, because getting to get all the tracks on there, have it put together the way that it's supposed to be put together, because mine's like broken up and displayed with my classics figures, and getting to do the tram and turning it on, it was like, oh man. And I'm keeping the vintage one. I'm doing the Origins display in a way that I'm reconfiguring it so that Eternia is going to kind of be on a low platform out in front of the shelves that are over in there, and I'm going to have all the figures around it. It's still going to let my kids play with it because they have a blast with it, and it is built well. It's strong. You don't have any worries about them playing with it. It's probably my favorite crowdfunding thing that I've ever gotten, simply because it's so much fun. It's awesome.
I watched Pixel Dan's video, and seems like I've seen a couple. Uh-oh. Is that me or is that you? You have a cool, you have a crazy what's the singing thing? The oh man, auto-tune thing going on.
Right now?
Like, yeah, or you did just now. It was like almost nope. I think it was, yeah. Oh no, now I got that. Yeah. Speak and spell is what it kind of sounded like.
Okay.
Well, auto-tune. I was it threw me off so much I couldn't remember the word auto-tune. Vocoder. Robo Bear Burble.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
All right, I had to go build the cat's lair real quick and then come back. Which maybe that'll help out. Maybe okay, we need to get on it. Then when the cat's lair gets here, maybe we'll do an unboxing video of it. But you got to get we got to time it. Maybe we'll get you up here and we'll get the auto tuner going so that we talk like burbles the whole time that we put it together.
Hello, welcome to. I can't even do it, but.
Eternia, like I said, I thought maybe that there would be a little, not buyer's remorse, but letdown when I got it, because I already have the vintage one, but there was not at all.
No, watching that video of him putting it together and putting on the track and it rolling around and stuff, I'm like, oh, that is cool. I don't regret passing on it.
Well,
but
it's like when those.
I'm glad it exists.
When you put the tracks together, they snap together and they make that like satisfying pop, and you can tell that it's strong. And it's just like, it was like, all right, this is a toy, and it's really, really fun. So,
and sometimes you just want to put it. Sometimes it's cool to just do it, just put stuff together.
It has convinced me that I made the right choice to do the Origins display like I'm going to do, with all of them just out fighting and being crazy and shit. Let my kids play with it, and then okay, we got to put the display back together. It's going to look different than it was before. It's the right way, because those toys are fun to play with and they love playing with them, and so is Eternia, and not to mention Grayskull, Snake Mountain. It's great. It's great.
Yeah,
I get it. It was a ridiculous purchase. But it's a lot of fun.
Robo don't know burbles. I know what they look like.
They kind of talk techno voice sad. It's like they usually have a sad inflection or whatever to when they're talking. It's like, I don't know.
Huh. Have you found Ken Masters in stores yet?
I have not. I have him on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store, obviously, but I have not found him. My like very local Target, the one that's closest to my house, it kind of really sucks, especially for toys. It's like sometimes it'll get some of the cool stuff. Sometimes, more times than not, it doesn't get the cool stuff. But usually when it gets the cool stuff, it's way late. So and I'm thinking of like the NECA stuff when they do the online thing and in the store drop, which is there's probably another one coming up soon. It's like my store never gets them as it's happening, ever. So I'm very much looking forward to Ken, for sure.
Are you looking forward to this?
Oh my God! What?
Never do that again.
I can't wait.
No.
Skeletor.
This looks so good.
I posted my excitement about this figure on the Twitters, and somebody, some sharp person remarked, every Masters of the Universe line is judged on the quality of its merman figures, and that's exactly right. Because this is glorious.
It is.
This is glorious.
Oh, wait a second. Head back real quick. See, Silverhawks is a shared delusion. It's very regional. I've noticed from the comment section of that last video. It's like, I live here and I never saw any of this stuff either. And I thought, you know what? It is different. That
says the guy who had the giant satellite dish growing up, so I mean, come on.
That's how I saw Tiger Sharks. When it would go to commercial, it would just be blank until the show came back. But in order to watch Tiger Sharks, we had to go out to the satellite and crank it over to one of the other to the feeds.
Yeah.
And I never saw any Silverhawks going on.
Well, yeah, this merman is perfect.
It is.
It was funny. I love the Super 7 Classics Filmation merman. I like their 5-inch one even more, but there's something about this one that it's like, that's just the way he's supposed to be.
I haven't messed with my Megatron yet. It's in fact, I swear, if you go around the corner right here, it's on the review space. When I'll get to it, who knows, but it's got to open some point.
Oh.
That is the verbal equivalent of flocking.
Don't say that, Skeletor!
I saw somebody earlier say surprisingly decent voice.
Yeah. I got an email that my Trapjaw and Tila are supposed to be hitting my pile of loot soon. And I believe one of them or both of them are the ones that had Merman and Stratos on the card back. So I'm hoping we're going to see pre-orders for him and Stratos very soon.
Because once you pointed out, well, this is pretty cool. But once you pointed this out,
yeah,
he's got to get a running start at it. He's a kite. Just,
I saw those pictures, which I don't know if Mattel's like. I don't think Mattel's like actually timed the release of those pictures yet, but I didn't leak them. If they are leaked, or some retailer I'm sure did. It's like, of course, since it was Merman, I was like, oh gosh, I gotta include all of these pictures because he looks great. And then Stratos, it was like, I'm gonna say Stratos is awesome too, but this is the only picture that I'm gonna post because it's the greatest toy promotional picture ever taken.
It is. It is so just. This is this. And I don't mean this in a negative way whatsoever.
Yak Face is right. He's about to be walking on air.
That's right. But it feels like this picture was set up by somebody who doesn't quite know He-Man or Masters of the Universe. And I don't mean that bad. I just mean somebody having fun. Like, oh, he's got wings. He's got to run. He's got to fly.
It has a very, this is a small, like 2 to 5 year old toy promotional shot innocence to it almost. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, it kind of puts into now I'm having an existential crisis because it's putting into perspective what I spend my money on. 2 to 5 but yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm a He-Man.
I can fly, but I got to get a running start. Looks like he's about to be unmasked by the Scooby-Doo gang.
I'm a He-Man. Here I go.
He's running toward one door and then going to pop out another one down the hallway. Small child waiting to be picked up.
Yeah. So, Stratos' mother is some giant bird person.
How about just simply wee?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's right.
that works.
What's going on? What's going on, Josh?
Hey.
That's a Rocketeer from the IDW cover. Yeah, this is every one of us as a kid pretending to fly.
Yeah. That's what I meant. It's like it's got that.
Yeah.
This is for there's an innocence about it that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I mean that one that you showed just before this back.
Oops. Yeah.
That one's almost more ridiculous. It's like, because this is like, I'm charging in, going into battle like that, my friend, you're done. It's like, okay, I kind of get the uppies. Here we go to fly, but this is like, y'all, it's not going to work.
It's almost like, hey, we have to have a back shot. How can we have a back shot and action? Because they went out of their way to do Merman too.
Yeah, but that's just like, fuck yeah.
Look at my pearl.
Fuck yeah, it's a pearl.
That's a magic thing, right? That's in an episode. That's going to be another specific thing. Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to make me watch more cartoons.
You know, it's almost criminal how few episodes Merman appears in that.
Oh, really?
Show. Yeah, not enough.
Sadly, it looks like my best dance moves. If I could flip these faster, it'd look cooler. But my side to side doesn't work. But man, that head and that one. Yeah. Although the 2000X ruined me, his voice will always be Sean Connery-ish now.
Yeah, sure. Well, his voice was pretty nondescript in the Filmation one. He was like, "Hey, He-Man." Yeah, you know, it was just like, yeah. So
put him on the front of the Titanic.
That's a hood ornament waiting to happen. Yeah. A Silver Stratos.
Maybe he is doing a javelin throw. Oh, it grips wrong, but it'll work. Maybe he's going overhand.
It's like he's doing like Revenge of the Nerds javelin throw.
Strator's gluten. I know what you meant, but that's better.
Strator's gluten.
There it is. Glutes. I meant glutes.
I know, but it's almost like the German version. Strator's gluten.
Strator's gluten.
So apologies to our German friends. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just my terrible American ears just hearing it.
Loben. Oh, if Veebs had his way, the show would be Merman and the Masters of the Universe instead.
Isn't that what it's called?
Let's see. Oh, paint me like one of your Eternian girls. I just know that my biggest fear here is they're not going to go as deep as they have with other Masters lines lately. But I shouldn't fear that, right? Because this is them restarting this to get all those guys out again, to make money.
I was going to say, I don't feel that you should fear that, because unless they get into if you're talking about like Filmation original characters, I could be there with you. If you're talking about like core Masters of the Universe characters who had vintage toys but also appeared on the show, I think they'll knock those out.
See, that's I mean, do you think they'll even get to the point where characters that haven't appeared, they'll just animate them up?
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Because I saw
honestly with you as well, a lot of people, and I amongst them, have been like, where are the She-Ra guys? Where are the She-Ra guys? Mattel has shown a penchant in the recent past to go with the Filmation designs of She-Ra. And I know She-Ra is its own licensing issue type of thing on its own. But man, having the She-Ra characters integrated into a Filmation line for me would be the perfect way to get those out there as well, because those are my preferred looks as well, because I have much more of an attachment to the She-Ra cartoon than I do the actual vintage She-Ra line. Even though vintage toy She-Ra figures would look awesome in Origins to go with like the regular Origins, Filmation She-Ra characters here would be really cool.
Now, did I hallucinate or something this week that Cartoon Collection She-Ra is rumored for San Diego to be a thing? Or is that Origins or something different?
Well, there's already been an Origins kind of vintage toy She-Ra, which was awesome. And the re-release that they just did has some refinements on it that make it even better than the original one. But I've not heard anything about that. My hope would be that wouldn't be the case, because then it would be like, oh, we're doing She-Ra as a Comic-Con exclusive. That's pretty much nuts to the rest of the characters, right?
Yeah, so, but they did it with He-Man and Skeletor, though, and they eventually made it out, right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Man, I would have loved that die-cast. Was it die-cast weapons or shiny weapons or something?
Yeah. It's die-cast, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
We had a hard enough time getting you a set that year.
That was the one that I had to get online.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was the one that I was like sitting, like we were like 10 minutes late getting to the convention because I was like sitting there and it was like, I'm still in line. It's still in stock. It's still in line. And I was able to get that one. But
what was the one we were at the show and somebody came out of line with it?
It was the No Holds Barred set, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. It wasn't even He-Man, huh?
No, it was the No Holds Barred set.
I could have swore I saw a Filmation style She-Ra beside a couple of other figures in a picture, but maybe not. Maybe
you're right.
Look who's never mind. I was going to show the screen, but Dis Thunder is calling. I'm like, Dustin. What's going on? Oh, what? Shobooty.
He is Shobooty and
Shapoopy.
The girl who's hard to get.
I was more connected to the She-Ra cartoon too.
I couldn't keep track when I was a kid of when that was always on, but I unapologetically watched that show because I was such a big Horde fan too.
Yeah.
But really, if you're being honest with yourself too, I think the She-Ra the She-Ra built right after He-Man, and it's a better cartoon because of it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, because it hitting strides and such.
Yes. So if you go back and watch, I mean, it's still a 80s Filmation cartoon, but overall, it's a better cartoon.
I would use the Granomir. I would use the well, it was different in the cartoon, huh? Different look.
It's pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close.
Now the figures got was pretty close to the mini comics too, right?
Well, that's the thing. The regular edition, look, they both have the detail kind of the mini comic, but the regular edition is Filmation colors. The PowerCon green one is mini comic.
Okay, see, I knew there was color variation in there. Yeah. All I know is that I regret not getting that the first go around originally. Just because it was one of those things that I could fit in with my other stuff.
He's more of like a set piece, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they look great. They're awesome. So
the Mermandalorian. There's a custom waiting to happen.
Ooh, yeah. I like it.
Okay, I had to scroll back up. I knew somebody said it. Merman and Donatello are the worst in the franchises. Let's see. Click.
Get out. Get out.
I can't click his name. What happened? Oh, there it is. Let's see. Delete comment, put user in timeout, ban user. Okay, there we go. That's the options available.
It's impossible to be more wrong.
Man, Hiya Toys is having a hell of a time getting their 1/12 scale stuff out. That Judge Dredd's been up for a while, right?
Really?
Yeah. Banned.
Yes.
Blasphemy.
Yes. And such. But we're talking about Masters, and I get it. With Eternia shipping, the Filmation line kicking off, the TMNT MOTU crossover Origins is like hot and it's great and it's amazing right now. But I got to tell you, Masterverse is getting me to really start to fall. I almost wouldn't say fall back in love with it because I was never like
Out of love.
super high on it to begin with because there were some things about it that I didn't, but they are hitting their strides. And I get it. You can take a figure like Whiplash or Trap or and Too Bad and be like, those figures are amazing. But you know what? For me, it's harder to make Triclops, which I get. He's a popular character. He's never been one of my favorite characters. And Mechanic especially. It's harder to like pull that, holy shit, these are awesome figures. But these new Eternia versions of them are so good. I need everybody in New Eternia immediately. These are amazing figures. So if you are holding out, or it's like the proportions are even, because the Masterverse proportions were weird. These are better now. It's just
I still think they have long limbs, but it seems like they're balancing it out with is it the torso gears on those two guys that kind of
it might be. They're very shinny. I agree. They're very shinny.
Very shinny.
Because I mean, if you really look at it from that knee to that foot, holy crap! But their shin's like almost twice as long as their thigh. But yeah, and Trapjaw, yeah, Matt's right. Trapjaw is probably the best new Eternia figure yet, but it's Trapjaw. It's like it's much easier to make Trapjaw awesome. Make Mechanic this awesome, and you got something going. You know,
somebody stole my joke. Where'd it go? You're all going too fast. Hold on. Oh, too far. Come back. Damn it. Oh no, there it is. Hitting their Stridor. And to prove that I was going to do that, that's what I went and got. Hitting their Stridor.
You and your mint on box collecting habits.
I just haven't opened it up yet. But
look at that shield too. Look at that.
Man, and the ability to take the mecha neck and make his mace longer and more extendy.
And he comes with 5 of them, and you can just stack them.
You could do well. You had to buy multiple figures to do that back in the day, huh? Or was it classics? Could you stack those, or were they?
Classics came with 2. One that was like as long as his vintage, and then a really long one.
Gotcha.
So, we're talking about necks, by the way, for those of you just joining.
What's the size of yours?
Yeah, but I love how the shield clips into the bracer, and this sounds like a silly thing, but both of these figures come with swappable fists, which for He-Man figures, hell yeah. So I was just very, and I don't even have like all of the winks that they included with like the accessories, with like the mini comic sash or whatever it is for Triclops, different spinny thing. I mean, these are so good. They're so good. They came in my pile of loot. I opened up a lot of stuff. Not saying that I didn't care about these, but there was a lot of stuff in there that I was initially more excited for. But when I opened these, it was like, holy shit, these are incredible. And Masterverse hasn't even been my favorite thing.
I've cut way back on Masterverse. I'll get the big monster types or clearance type stuff, but you're talking me into those two, and I sure as hell need more masters to buy.
Well, that's your primary thing now, so.
Oh yeah.
But this is incredible. Yeah,
I've seen good things about Buzz-Off too. Have you got?
Yeah, Buzz-Off's cool as well. Buzz-Off is a little bit more derivative, slightly, I think, from his classic design, but that's not bad. That's not bad. You know, it's just these two and like Trapjaw, they're 3 figures that feel very, very true to the iconography of the original designs, but plussed up in the right way. It's like, I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at here. it's what 2000X really should have been. 2000X
Oh,
so far over the cliff with the designing and the proportions and stuff like that. It's like I opened Trapjaw and I was like, holy shit, this is what the 2000X figure should have been like. But I apologize. If you dig 2000X, that's awesome. That's great. It's not my favorite. So, yeah.
It's easier to look back on that era now and say, I appreciate where they were going with it because they swung back.
Yeah.
You know, because it's now swung back. There's
Yeah.
options available. Of course, they're long after I'm gone, there's still going to be options available, I think, or I
Well,
would hope. But yeah.
well, and that's the thing. I can find some things that I appreciate in it now because during the classics phase, I would totally shit all over 2000X, and I'm not that harsh about it anymore. But you know, the cartoon was good, but the proportions and the designs were just and their builds. It's like, why is everybody so live? You know, this is Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
So,
Because
yeah.
it's just another because I was over at a friend's house and he's got a couple of 2000X figures up displayed, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember those, this and that. Okay.
Well, it's funny taking Origins and displaying it how I'm going to. It's actually going to open up enough space that for the first time since I originally bought those figures, because I bought all of the original, like all of the unique characters in the 2000X line. I mean, I found Fisto at Aldi's, you know. I mean, I was hunting them.
Yeah.
But this is the first time they're going to be out in my collection display since I first bought them. So, because I'm going to bring them back out. So, you know.
Yeah. There's an appreciation.
Yeah.
I think the idea for She-Ra predates He-Man. Check out Guardian Goddesses from Mattel, Sunspell and Moon Mystic, and accessories. Okay. Look familiar.
Yeah.
That's a big grab with the scales. McFarlane too. Proportions are so stretched. Yeah, there seems to be a. I don't know if each company's shooting for their own style a little bit to say, hey, you need to buy all our stuff. Don't mix and match. But also, I think maybe it's just maybe putting their signature styles on it or something.
I'll tell you, good for Todd for making a figure of himself, but it is the sheer mark of a madman to include bare feet and a tucked-in t-shirt.
No.
One figure. No, I get it.
Well, I went back and have you watched his reveal video where he's done it? He was like, I didn't even know they were going to do this, but they threw bare feet in because I go around the studio barefoot. And I'm like, okay, that's I can see that, but I don't see how that slips past him. You got to think he was all over that at every stage of production. You know what I mean?
This t-shirt needs to be more tucked.
And then when he showed it, he had socks on. I don't know if because he knew he was going to show his feet on camera, maybe or something. I don't know. There's something going on.
No McToe fungus on camera. But yes, he is absolutely a madman. So it rolls.
And I may, of course, it's only available. You can say everything you want. I saw all kinds of comments over the weekend of, what an ego and this sucks and peg holes and everything else. It's sold out everywhere.
It's sold out everywhere. And let's face it. My favorite NECA reveal of Toy Fair was the Jack Kirby figure. So, I mean, come on. It's
and I'm not a Spawn fan. I'm not a big. I know
I'm not either.
Spawn.
I don't like Spawn at all, actually.
But looking at that figure, I don't know what it is. It's almost like somebody cosplaying as Spawn. Instead of going by the comics, somebody who has never seen Spawn before, somebody else described it, and they put on a costume and went out.
It's like somebody's mom made him a Spawn costume, only having looked at a picture of Spawn very quickly and then went to it.
After watching Batman and Robin, because that mask is very Banish.
Yeah.
It's very, yes, I have Spawn.
Yeah.
Strawberries. Full of fiber.
Oh.
Yeah, why didn't he give himself side eye?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
there's still a grayscale McFarlane because they've got to do it again.
But it's hilarious. I mean, I didn't buy it, but like some of the, I don't know. It's like anything. I was seeing like the super support for it and the super like opposition to it, and I'm like, just let it exist and be a funny thing, and don't make too much of it.
Yeah, it's not like it's taken away from other. It's not slowing them down any.
Yeah,
he still had 6 reveals weekly all year. It's just, and the way he produces, hey, here's a toy, you're going to have it in a month or 2.
Yeah,
if not faster.
Yeah.
So it's the same. Okay. It's the same thing that's been happening for 30 years. Remember back in the day when we were like, you got to put articulation in, but there was a hardcore fan base posting on the McFarlane forums about how much they love that. So he kept producing that. And well, not everybody was happy. I still wanted a super articulated Spawn, but it took him another 25 years to come around to articulation.
And at first it almost felt like he was like bullied into it. Now, not so much, because they're, just making their refinements and getting better and whatnot with it. But almost at first it was like, all right, fuck it, let's just throw it in there. And I don't,
because that 4-knot line was I believe that was the first they stuck articulation in, and a lot of people went crazy. A lot of people really liked that line, and I think it opened some eyes. And he kept trying. Okay, we're going to put articulation, but I'm going to give you a side eye on this, or I'm going to take this 1 point out, or something. Yeah. And I think it's finally balanced out. I think it's Marvel. I had my DC years, and I still like DC stuff, but Marvel since I was young.
Historically, with the exception of the Fantastic Four and a couple others, I was actually more DC as a kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, I did not. I absolutely was not. Oh, I like this one, so I hate the other one. I like both of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, for all intents and purposes, JLI was my real first comic, and so that's how I got into it.
I guess I don't know. I don't remember ever being, I'm not going to read DC, because I remember having a few Batman, maybe Flash here and there, but I guess because I jumped into the Marvel universe first, that I didn't want to relearn a whole, universe type thing. So it was just easier to stick with what I knew.
Well, and DC at the time, and it stuck with me with like how I want my DC characters to not necessarily look but feel, is that those were iconic superhero visages, forms, looks, personalities, that it was just like, larger than life ones. And so as a kid, it was almost like, wow, Marvel felt very much more grounded in reality, which is very cool. But it's funny that, and that's why that's why the movie, when DC was doing their movies and whatnot, it's like, you guys are doing this backwards. It's like DC trying to be all dark. That is so wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah. And maybe that was another thing. I like the kind of realistic takes on things, or the characters had problems. Yeah. Not that, Batman losing his parents isn't a problem, but it's it's everyday things that I could relate to. At least that's the way I remember it.
Yeah.
Especially, Spider-Man and such.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I love Fantastic Four as much as anything comic. I mean, Ben Grimm,
anything.
But I read more DC when I was little. Not to say that I was a huge comic reader, period, but what I did read was mostly DC.
Super Friends. I remember watching Super Friends, but man, Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends were way big, way more. So much. I watch the hell out of that. Oh, have any custom ideas? Do I have any custom ideas? Oh, I've already shown this on the Patreon, and it's going to be in the next play day. But if you happen to have a Metacom Mafex
Oh,
Hush
man.
Joker, and you don't care for the
You
Jim Lee
rat
design,
bastard.
if you don't care about the Jim Lee-ness of the head, if you get the new McFarlane New Adventures of Batman Joker, the skin tone works. The socket with a little blue tack fits right onto the Mafex joint. It's, oh man, this is going up with my mystery machine and just hanging out, maybe even driving it or standing on top of it. Something.
I adored the reveal of those Batman figures from McFarlane, but I was like, the Joker was my favorite, but I was kind of like, I appreciate those. I'm not going to buy them. Now, since I have that Hush Joker and I hate Hush Joker portrait, I am buying that and I am doing that exact thing.
Yeah.
So, you're a bastard.
And the head pops right off. It's actually, I want to say it's a dumbbell joint up there, but it may just be a ball joint. Oh, no. Yeah, it's just a ball on top of the neck. I wish the Mafex body was purple. I think that's really the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But this
that looks great, man.
Yeah.
It has, I know it's not sprang, but it has a springiness to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a mix of different things. Now, I will admit, somebody photoshopped this a couple of months back, so it was an original idea. But I saw it scroll by on Twitter one day, and I thought, "Ooh,
yeah,
but
that's
because
nice."
They also did the Nightfall Batman that's coming from Metacom this summer with this head, and I may just have to do that too. And
that's pretty awesome.
Then I'll just be waiting for Scooby-Doo of some kind from somebody.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Oh,
yeah.
That's why you should have watched Batman the Animated Series, Robo. It's the perfect distillation of the characters.
That's
So people say. I know it existed because I remember it being on randomly every now and then whenever I was at a friend's house. But I didn't have cable there for a couple of years. I barely had roof. So the 90s were rough.
Yeah. For X-Men comics anyway. Oh
shit. I got out for Jim Lee. I got out at Jim Lee and got back in with Morrison. So I missed most of the 90s.
I just figured I'd dust everybody up tonight. So, you know.
A creator's line with proceeds going to artists or their families or foundation. Give back to those who gave so much. Marvel Legends.
So actually, as we were told at Toy Fair, part of the deal to get Kirby into the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line was an agreement where they were actually making, donation or whatever to the Kirby Foundation. His I don't know if it's not a charity, but it's, helping do things to help, further the, legend of Jack Kirby and get him the credit in places where it's supposed to be. So that was actually kind of a part of that. So that's good thinking.
Oh yeah, Mezco did tease Batman the Animated Series, Joker and Batman. Is that Boner Joker?
Sprang, yes.
Speaking of spring, I like that segue. That's good.
Oh, thank you. Wait. I'm not the one from Arkansas. I say spring, not sprang, sir.
Thank you for the vid of the TMNT spring figure. I ended up buying it on Macari. I'm still waiting for the next one. Autumn.
He's shipping from some places, but not from 5K yet. So.
No, I got a second payment notification from 5K, and I was like, and it was for one of those big combatants minotaurs.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
We need Mezco to do Scooby-Doo figures. See, that would be pretty sweet. But at this point, I'm just waiting for somebody to do 6-inch Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. I don't know why it popped in my head, but Scooby-Doo, and you were like waiting for somebody to do it, and what pops in my head when, well, is somebody going to do it? If not, ramen pops into my head. You know who You know who Ramen needs? You know who Ace needs to make? Is
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
is Kevin, Captain N, the video game master. That would be a perfect figure for him to make.
Where do the rights reside for Kevin?
I'm sure it's insane. I'm sure it's crazy. But it's like that would be a great figure for Ramen Toy to make. So, yeah. And if you wanted to include like a slug figure of the little Mega Man in green that talks like this, I would
Wow.
love that all the more.
You know what? I was just sitting here wondering if I watched that show back in the day, and as soon as you did that voice, I do believe that. Why did they give him that voice?
Talk like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which color Minotaur did you end up going with? I went with the brown one. I like the shaggier hair. I don't remember what the other one was, but I got the orangish. Is it the brown? Was there black and brown?
I think so.
I wanted something that felt a little bit more natural.
I try not to look at those too much because they're awesome, but I do not need them. So I find that if I pay less attention, I'm less likely to be led into temptation.
Well, I only have 3 pre-orders, and I just paid for one of them. Then there's Autumn, and then there is the third-party third-party Batman 66 Joker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to get Cesar Romero.
Yeah. Dang. Ugh. Dang. Yeah, I've got Duckula on order as well.
I saw somebody just there you go. That 5K Toys Duckula win.
I think it's pretty soon, actually. But yeah, if somebody wants to get to work on, I mean, honestly, I would buy the entire Captain N crew and their crazy ass looks from that show. I mean, I guess Pitt was kind of close, but Mega Man, Simon Belmont, they're all crazy. Oh God, could you imagine having an eggplant wizard and King Hippo from that? but just Captain N would be awesome. It's a one shot with the light gun. Oh man.
Did he have the Power Glove too? No, or was it the controls on the?
No, I think maybe he did sometimes. Gosh, I need to go back because every once in a while I go back and watch an episode of that show. But of course, it's the one where they go into Monstropolis, and it's the Mega Man one with all the weird ass looking robot masters in it too. So I think so, but I wouldn't swear to it. I'm sure a smart person in the chat will know the answer to that. But
and he could he super jump if you push the button, the controller?
Yeah,
on his
I think so. Okay. Yeah, but I think you can watch all of it. It's out there.
With those, I'm just getting the main 4, and I want to see the rest before I even commit to that.
I almost ordered Splinter, but then I was like, I don't need to go that deep for that.
Savage He-Man, I'm customizing into Thundar. Head sculpt is what I'm working on now. You could almost use that Beastman for Ukla too, huh? That kind of give him a top-heavy look.
Yeah, definitely.
The Power Glove is what controlled the Warp Zone.
Yeah.
Video.
Okay, there you go.
I want to know when somebody's... I'd take Tarzan, Lone Ranger, and Zorro.
You know, Boss Fight's making awesome 118 figures of them.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them boost those up a little bit. Even if it was just like one of each of them, you know, just like the very iconic looks of them.
With their pet King Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, Ramen needs to give us some Cops figures, although technically it is owned by Hasbro and related to G.I. Joe, so they could work it into the classified line. Well, they could do the same thing with Mask too, right?
And that seems even more.
I mean,
aimless.
Cops. Have we seen anything Cops since then? Maybe some minis?
Yeah. It was Fresh Monkey that made
Oh yeah,
He's got something with it, man. Ooh, man.
but Cops even has a connection, right? Isn't one of them a descendant of one of the Joes? It seems like I knew that at one time. Yeah.
I'm not. I love the design of Cops and all of that. I don't know it super well though. So
Yeah. All I remember is misdemeanor is so clever that it just sticks in my head.
Buttons McBoom Boom.
Buttons Lone Ranger could come with his horse, Silverhawk.
Lone Space Ranger.
Somebody is the son of Beachhead. That's right. Son, grandson.
No. That's perfect. Buchhead is the perfect play on the Duke that you said earlier. So it's Buchhead. It's Buchhead.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes and Buchhead.
I never had. I remember the cartoon, but I never had any of the toys.
I didn't either. But I think didn't Buttons McBoom Boom have a Caps feature? Not Cops. Was he a Cops that had a Caps feature with him?
Seems like. Oh man, who was the main cop? Oh,
Long Arm. Long Arm. Wasn't it Long Arm?
Was it Long Arm?
He's the one that looks like a cop, right?
Fighting crime in a future time.
He kind of looks like Mahoney, the action figure Mahoney from the the Police Academy line.
Bulletproof.
Bulletproof, is that who it was?
BP vests. Bulletproof vests. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Fighting time in a future time.
Turbo Two-Tone, Buttons McBoom Boom, Dr. Bad Vibes, Berserko.
That was well, Dr. Bad Vibes was the one that didn't fit into me, right? He looked like he looked more like a Ren and Stimpy bad guy than a cop.
Yeah, he was more scientist-like.
Yeah.
It says characters and they only list the bad guys here.
Well, the bad guys are always better.
Baldwin P. Bulletproof vests. And there is a long arm. Yeah. O'Malley. Rex Pointer. Bowser. And Blitz was Bowser's robotic dog who thinks like a human being.
Oh, man. Speaking of dogs, we went on a trail hike this morning when everybody woke up and somebody was out walking their dog. And I get it. It's just a Rottweiler. But this specific Rottweiler that this guy was walking looked exactly like Junkyard. And it even had one of those little vests. It was black, but I was like, oh, that's Junkyard. But I didn't want to say it to that guy because he'd be like, shut the fuck up, dude. But
yeah.
I was like, oh, man, I saw him today.
Barricade is the son of Beachhead. There's Sundown, Mirage, Mace. See, these names are coming back to me as I read them. Highway, Stan, Barricade, Hyde. Are you sure? I could have swore they had the same last names. Hardtop, Bullseye, Mainframe. Mainframe sounds familiar. Checkpoint, Taser, Apes, Airwave, Powder Keg, Nightstick, and Heavyweight.
Buttons McBoom Boom.
that's that. Big Boss, Berserko, Rock Crusher,
yeah,
Misdemeanor, Turbo Two-Tone, Dr. Bad Vibes, Nightshade. I remember her. Buttons McBoom Boom, Squeaky Clean, Cuckoo, and Hyena. Mainframe is in G.I. Joe. Taser Face.
Taser Face.
Mainframe is also, yeah. Oh, the intro song Cops was good too. Yeah. Checkpoint is related to Beachhead.
Hey, I'm not going to change the subject completely here, but since we're talking about a cartoon all of a sudden, what do you think about the vintage toy color job that NECA's doing with their D&D guys now?
I like them. They're cool, but well, okay, that's a lie. I, of course, had Zarek, but I don't have any connection to those colors. It's neat that they're doing that and the packaging as a callback to the originals, but I like what they're doing.
They're getting me again. They're getting me.
Oh, I knew they were going to get you. As soon as I saw them, I was like, oh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take us off of the cops discussion.
No.
It's fun, but it was like, oh man, shit.
I forgot we hadn't talked since those got shown.
Well, and I'm Target keeps. I caught Elkhorn when Target had him for sale, and then it was like, oh, well, this is a pre-order now. What? And then now it's back order, and it keeps getting pushed back because I'm going to have another D&D talk with Tom Gwynn from NECA as soon as Elkhorn gets here, but it's like, when are you gonna get here?
Okay, you said it was in stock, but it didn't.
When I bought it, it showed as though it was in stock. It was not showing as a pre-order. So,
I think we texted back and forth, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. And I know that other shops are getting him now, but it's like Target's less expensive and there's no shipping, and it's like,
Warduke to keep on card would be kind of cool, though, just because. But I don't remember.
Warduke, especially with the garish yellow and stuff, that is how Warduke should look.
Matt also found Elkhorn at Target this week.
Damn it. See, mine never, ever has stuff. Like, my wife has been, when she goes to Target, she always asks me, and it's like been a running, if they have Elkhorn, which of course they don't, but
I don't think I've seen a D&D figure at Target.
I have not either at mine because mine sucks.
Yeah, that's mine usually.
It sucks balls.
See, Hasbro also owns Visionaries and could easily work some of those into another line. Visionaries missed me too, but I remember the commercials. Didn't it have the hologram shootout?
Yeah, and I remember those and thinking those were really cool. I didn't have any of them. I did have some of the Supernaturals, though, and those were kind of cool. I just don't know how the hell you would make those modern updates. Like, those are meant to be vintage figure, or those are a time and place and a shape that I don't know how you
Hasbro did that pack at San Diego a few years back that had, wasn't Visionaries and Transformers and Mask? No. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did it have a
Matt Tracker was in that set?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And I saw the single carded Matt in the G.I. Joe line a couple of times, and I thought, oh, I should grab that, but I never did. And when Hasbro released their, I don't remember if it was their annual report or their quarterly earnings statement or whatnot, it's like you had to kind of decipher it into business speak, but their homegrown brands are the ones that are bringing home the bacon right now. So maybe, open that up a little bit. I get it. G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe, and nothing else that they have that they aren't currently doing really compares to that. But what the hell? Give it a shot. Hey, Robo, thanks for talking to me and my brother at the Missouri Convention in Springfield. I apologize for being fake. No. I like stopping and talking and hanging out at cons and such. I'm sorry that I was having to help at a booth at the same time. You know what I mean? I always feel bad because I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. I got to help this person over here.
See, that's another thing about PowerCon going there is that's what we're there for. That's another part that makes it so much better because we're just there to
hang out, to talk to everybody. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
My Targets had Flash Gordon figures for a little bit, but like somebody posted a minute ago, my Target is also only really good for wrestling figures. It seems like I see different ones every week.
You are sending me wrestling figures. It's like, do you need it? Do you need it? And I've been pretty good lately with being able to grab them, but please don't stop because I know
yeah.
there's
Well,
gonna be
see,
some.
that's what I was going to say. As soon as you stop doing that, mine will dry up. it's I'd rather
Please,
be the
please
backup.
don't stop. I know it's a pain in the ass, but it's gonna hit, and it's gonna
No,
be like, oh God, I need that.
because what I do is I check the Marvel aisle first, and then I come back, look at He-Man or Turtles. Well, I look at dinosaurs, turtles, He-Man, Star Wars, and wrestling is at
Yeah.
the end of that aisle. So I just take pictures and
Yeah,
of classic stuff.
yeah, classic wrestling stuff. Yeah, yeah.
No guts, no glory. That's Galaxy Rangers. That's
Mhm.
I don't know.
Man, that's another one. It's like maybe it's licensing or maybe it's not as big, like fondly remembered as we think it is. But it's like I can't believe somebody hasn't done something with that.
Soundwave 808 for first Rock On review. Jimmy Dean.
James Dean.
Rock On. Demonetized.
Yeah.
No.
You know, I got my order in on that. I mean, I know it has nothing to do with how they ship things, but it's like within like the first minute, and I still haven't gotten a shipping notice on that. Especially when you originally bought it, it said it was a pre-order for like the middle of May. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. He just sent me pictures yesterday. I missed getting it onto the thing. Hopefully, he says he may send actual promo pics before the next rewind. So, Animal Warrior.
Is it just me, or is that line getting less stylized to the point that I like it better because of that?
It's also venturing out among other animals too,
Right.
because damn, that dog and that
The chameleon and like all the other stuff, I
yeah.
saw it and I was like, that stuff looks really good. And then I really started looking at it. It's like, but that looks like a chameleon, like a chameleon man guy, but it doesn't have like that blockiness or almost cartooniness to it that some of the original stuff had going on it. So
like based on the well, their comics type. Was set up a local toy show, ZoloCon, and had Series 2 on display. I can say I'm officially 100% in on this line. Walked out with 8 figs and a bunch of head packs. Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of ZoloCon, did you get your skull person? Your skeleton person?
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that maybe I was able to get some help with that. We'll
Okay.
see. I haven't heard back from him because obviously he was enjoying the show and it's still the weekend and whatnot. But I'm hoping that I'm going to get good news on that soon because I was a sucker for that for the skeleton from yeah, the Remco skeleton. Yeah.
You guys excited for Loose Collector's Extreme Liefeld Universe figs? I am, for some reason. I have no connection to it, but I like having representation. I don't think I'm gonna, besides Cable and X-Force, which is very Marvel Legends style, I don't have a lot of representation of the 90s of that crazy style, except for McFarlane stuff, I guess. I guess Spawn would count as that. But
the most impactful thing that Rob Liefeld has had on me, aside from like the meme stuff, is running into him as we were going into that He-Man panel at Comic-Con. You remember that?
No. You were with Dustin.
Oh,
were you with Dustin and Brett?
Maybe.
Because when I was talking about these pictures, they were like, remember in line whenever we were waiting? And Liefeld, hey, what's this line for? And it's for Masters of the Universe. And then he stood there talking for 30 minutes.
Yeah. About He-Man. We talked to him for a long time about He-Man. So
for some reason, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Or it may have been the year I wasn't there.
Maybe. I don't know. It's like they just start to run together. It's like I have different time frames that I can, I know the difference between them in my head, but the shows within those time frames all run together.
Yeah. Because I think y'all were all at the show before we all were at the show together, or after.
Maybe
one of them,
maybe both. I don't know,
but
because Brett and Dustin definitely went at least to one show where you weren't there.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
And the way they talked about him standing there talking like, just a fan, just hanging out and everything, that it made an impression on them, which makes an impression on me. So that's cool. So I want some of them just to have them.
Oh yeah, and Matt was there, of course, too. Yeah.
Oh, was Matt there?
Yeah.
See, I missed it. I always miss the cool stuff. I was there for
You can't even tell that story because it's so unbelievable. And it was an experience. It does not come off in storytelling as it did living it.
No.
Because that was definitely in that run of time in one of those blocks eras where something crazy effed up happened every single time.
Yeah.
Every show.
Well, that was the same show that Thomas Jane kept popping up. Right. Remember?
Yeah.
Same shirt, same cigar. It's like, what's going on here? Yeah.
Oh man.
But speaking of Jim Lee X-Men 90s though, Robo. Yeah, but that doesn't count because that's crap. Loose Collector had said that the Liefeld stuff was supposed to go up for pre-order this weekend, but I didn't see it. So maybe they're still in holding pattern. Hopefully it comes across soon though, because I don't know the price point.
I see Rob Liefeld is extreme, which I get that, but you know what? He was just like genuinely enthusiastic, I think. Like not like I just did a lot of, it's like I'm not on uppers or something, like enthusiastic. He was just like very enthusiastic to engage, to talk about it. Yeah. Like he's like, it was like he was happy to be there. He was happy to be talking, and he was happy about He-Man, and it wasn't, and it came off very genuine.
See, that makes me like the toys even more because he's just okay. I look at Blood Wolf and even the story and some of the panels I found, I was like, this is Lobo. This is Lobo. But it's almost like he's taking characters and just playing with them in his own sandbox and just having fun with it, I guess.
Now Matt's asking what band was that guy from? Well, he claimed to be of the Silver Bullet band, and the way he talked about it,
was very
convincing.
There's no way he knew that much stuff, or had that much. That's deep in the con. He claimed to be the drummer, but that drummer was he in a wheelchair
by that point? Yeah. So I've gone back and forth with like, was this guy just completely psycho? And had we gone on his boat to smoke weed with him, we would have never come back. Or was he like a tour drummer or something? And so maybe it was kind of true.
He gave his name, though. He gave his. Oh wait. Did he give his name?
I don't remember. Charlie Martin. Yeah.
And we went back to the room, looked up Charlie Martin, and Charlie Martin had been in a wheelchair for years.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but if he was faking it, it was worth sitting there and listening to the whole thing.
It was like CIA level impersonation. Like usually I can say I generally have a very, very sensitive bullshit and first impression detector that is generally very, very accurate. But I mean, this guy would have snowed me completely. I mean, if he would have been working for the CIA and was trying to set me up into some international incident, I would be in the Hague right now.
Yeah, because there was never a moment of this guy full of shit. It was sitting there listening to stories of bands and everything else, and I was just like, oh yes.
Yeah. It went from that to being extremely uncomfortable for my life about, I'm not going to go smoke weed with you on a boat
or continue the party
But
up in our room.
yeah,
This is where he was wanting to go.
it's like if you
Dude,
want to party right here, that's cool, but not on a boat and not where I sleep.
dude, you are on concrete with golf shoes on. I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and that's the thing. That's Bob Seger's drummer. Yes, the name that he gave us was
Yes.
Bob Seger's drummer, but this man was not a paraplegic, and he was wearing golf
Well,
shoes.
no. He just didn't have use of his legs after an accident of some kind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So,
Or at least that's what we looked up.
right.
That was early days of looking it up too, because we didn't even think. None
Yeah.
of us were on our phones.
Yeah.
Nothing. And wasn't that when we got to the room? If only we had a device to look stuff up on.
Yeah, sophisticated devices to. But I think I was at that point that I didn't want to pull my phone out because I was afraid he was going to ask to use it for something.
Yeah. Yeah, we almost got trafficked.
Yeah,
there was like 6 of us, 6 guys sitting around Charlie Martin.
Yeah.
I'd gone home early and missed Charlie Martin, but I remember you guys talking about it the rest of the con. Yeah, because that was insane.
And yeah, but Matt was there for the insane interaction with Virgil at Ralph's. So the protracted encounter with Virgil at Ralph's.
Because I wasn't at the table, I was behind Virgil as he was just ranting at y'all.
Trying to play with the very first ever Star Wars Black Series figures that we found early on the convention floor.
Yeah,
Matt and I were like, "Oh God!"
Because you stopped him, right? And was going to talk for a second, and he just kept going.
No, he came and sat down. He was sitting down across from us.
Was he across from us? Because I was across. Or I was behind. I was at a different table.
I snuck a picture, and I still have it. And he is sitting down against the railing of the outside area of Ralph's.
That's right.
He was right there.
But by the end of that, he was standing almost over y'all, wasn't he? Just kind of
very intensely talking about Warren Buffett's bodyguards, Vince McMahon and his ability to track counterfeit merchandise, and the NFL's ability to do that via microchips or something. Like, oh God. He did.
He ate lunch.
He spit a good deal of his lunch at us as well. It was
laser pins.
Yeah. The stick pins that could blow, like, use guns that would blow holes through people because they were Warren Buffett's bodyguards. Oh God. Oh,
unless you're talking about WCW's Vincent.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Even if you follow Virgil on social media and know his like personality as far as that goes, the topics of conversation were even so far beyond weird and fucked up from what he projects online that you still wouldn't believe it. It was crazy.
It was nice to see from the other side, from behind.
Yeah, because I kept looking at you like, I'm going to get you to trade seats with me somehow, make you uncomfortable that you have to do it.
No. Oh, Robo, you're right. Toy Habits announced Filmation, She-Ra, and Too Bad. That was the other figure that was beside it. Too Bad as Tuvar and
Bad
there were
Drop.
separate figures. And since their origins, you pop it apart, put it on a Too Bad body, and
that's fantastic.
Too Bad.
Let's do it. As long as I can get them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had some.
I mean, we sat down. I was sitting at a rooftop party for Diamond Select, wasn't it? When Pee Wee Herman sat down.
Yep.
And just sat there and stared. Never said a word.
Yeah.
Never.
But got a picture of him opening a chafing dish.
And I think after a couple minutes, he looked around, realized we were nobodies, stood up, walked away. That was it. That was our interaction with Pee Wee. But was that the year with Thomas Jane?
Yes.
Because wasn't he at that party too?
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
Oh man, thank you for showing me that spaceship. What a nostalgia time. Wait, spaceship.
The Great
What
Space
spaceship are you?
Coaster. Are you talking about the Great Space Coaster?
No, showing that spaceship. Oh, are you talking about this? Not this specifically, but for this?
Oh God.
Because you know what? I was looking at
Those bastards.
no shit. No shit. I didn't need this, but I need it.
Yeah.
I need it. But when I went to eBay and found the pictures with the original ship, I was looking at them again today, I think, for some reason. And the cable that comes with it that plugs into the ship and then floats this person, that stayed around in the toy box longer than the original figure and spaceship. And I think at some point, this is how forgetful I've always been, this forgetful, because I remember as a kid going, I don't remember what this goes to. And I tried plugging it in. I used it as a gas line or something for something else. I can't even remember. It was a Star Wars ship or something.
Well, I don't know how it happened. When my dad decided he was going to downsize into a smaller house a few years ago, he found a bunch of stuff in like my old room and in his basement and stuff like that at his house. A bunch of Ninja Turtle stuff. And it was crazy because there weren't a lot of figures there, but it like tons and tons and tons of accessories. And I don't know why. It was just the accessories. But man, when I went to go replace those figures on eBay, it was a hell of a lot cheaper not having to buy the accessories with it.
Yeah.
It's weird. My point is, it's weird what sticks around, you know?
Oh, was the in-stock sale a shit show this weekend?
I bet it was.
I didn't even know that was a thing until somebody mentioned it, and I never looked.
My oldest had an all-day volleyball tournament yesterday, and I had the littles, and we were at swim lessons and all kinds of stuff. So I missed all of that. But I mean, historically, it's always been that way, right? I mean, like 2 second sellouts. I don't want to say that the Four Horsemen are a shit show, but I mean, stuff
Goes fast,
sells out quickly. Yeah.
I never knew what that ship was from. And you know what? I had to have had the ship because I had the airline and I had the figure for sure. But I don't remember the ship as much.
What about the motorcycle?
And the motorcycle ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
You've got that again too, don't you?
Yeah, I know. That's what it's right there. It's right there next to the Mystery Machine and Plunderlings and custom Zur-En-Arr Batman Brett made for me, and then Mafex Batman and Superman. The special show.
I was gonna say that's keeping good company.
Yeah. Oh, and Catman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the Catman custom you did based off of the internal Mattel document showing that they were going to include Catman in the future DC?
You know what? I still run across that picture every now and then. And I'm like, I wish I'd done better on that figure custom for them to use
now that it's become infamous.
For them to use it as their official promotional image there for a second. I was like, oh no.
Damn Toy Guru.
I wonder if that's still a let's see if surely not.
It is, and don't call me Shirley.
Do. Oh my god. It's right there. It's on the front. Let's see. How am I going to bring this? Oh yeah, right here. Look.
Yep.
March on Previews World.
Yep. Oh, we're going to include. Yep, in the Batman Legacy line.
Yep. Celebrate 70-year legacy of Gotham City's Dark Knight with Mattel's Batman Legacy action figures. This,
you know, it's too bad the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood movie didn't exist then with the pointing DiCaprio meme, because man, I would have flooded with that shit.
In shops November 9th, 2011.
Wow.
For those who don't know, this is my custom Catman that I made in 2009 or somewhere in there, 10, whenever Secret 6 was taken off.
Yeah.
And they used it as a promotional image for, which is fine. I don't own the rights to,
Well,
DC
but then
figures.
the sons of bitches didn't steal your ragdoll and make a figure.
No shit. That's the only one we ended up with was Catman, which is fine. That's cool. Who else was in this assortment? Oh, it doesn't even say who's in the. Oh yeah, Golden Age Batman, Modern Age Catman, or Silver Age Batgirl.
Oh, those are all bangers too.
Yeah,
I love that Earth 2 Bat. He's great.
Modern Age, Silver Age Batgirl, was that the repaint or was that the original?
Yeah. No,
that was the repaint with the black suit.
Yep.
Yeah, that one was cool.
Yeah, because the gray suit one got reissued in classics, but technically that was a DC superheroes figure.
Yeah, this is. I mean,
that's
I get
funny.
it. Plus, I used that's all Mattel. Oh well, no, that's a Marvel Legends Vision head, and the cape is from something I don't even remember.
But it's clearly a Mattel body. Yeah.
I was just typing the ragdoll comment when you said it. One of my favorite customs. Did the hair hold up? Yeah, it's actually still on the shelf, just like that.
And you know what? Though? You would have never been able to do that custom at any other point in history except that very small window when those twisty things were like you can only buy them off of calling the number on television to get them. You know?
Yeah, I can't even name what those things were now.
Yeah.
It was some kind of. It wasn't candy, and it wasn't.
It was just plastic, twisty, weird things that you could like make jewelry with and shit.
Yeah.
I remember the commercials for them, and then when you said that's what you used, I was like, "Son of a bitch, that is genius."
Because it peels apart into smaller strands, they were waxy and they glued right on, and it worked. But that was the Avatar figures from that time. They made smaller, that worked with this.
Yeah.
So,
oh man, something twists. I don't remember, but God, I remember the commercial for them.
I'm sure that I have a recipe somewhere listed somewhere online.
What it was? Yeah. Well, you have to, because I read it and I was like, "That's genius," but then I was like, "You're insane for having glued all of those on there like that."
Yeah. Now that figure doesn't move a lot. Well, my customs don't usually move a lot anyway, but
is it fully painted?
Yes, I think I did those checkers front and back.
I remember sending you pictures that I was so proud of when I painted Cyclone's socks, the alternating color, red and white, and I was like, man, these are awesome. And then I remembered that custom. I was like, will you shut up and put your phone down and stop being
no. Notice I never did that again, ever.
And then you painted Cyclone's head because it was a Harley Quinn.
That's the one I screwed up on, right? I put braces on her and then took them back off. Or was she supposed to have braces?
She had braces. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because it's Stargirl that had the braces.
Okay.
So it was incorrect, but it was still awesome.
I think I accidentally put braces on one head and then thought, shit, I'm thinking of the wrong character.
Yeah.
I don't even know what let's see. Oh, I did put all those in a play day, but I think in the play day I was like, I don't remember what I used for the hair pieces on this. Man, that's 12 years back. 14.
What did you use for King Shark? Was it Kilowog?
No, it was Brimstone.
So essentially Kilowog, but but Brimstone was a lot more limited.
Brimstone's body, and then for the eyes, just because I couldn't sculpt eyes, is it Arkillo?
Yeah.
Is that the Yellow Lantern?
Yeah.
Okay. I used his head completely destroyed it, and then the Masters of the Universe Classics big green figure.
Oh, yeah. Uh,
Uh,
Megator.
Megator.
Yeah.
I cut his toes off to put on that.
And that was a Matty collector subscription figure.
I
Woo!
know, but Secret Six was important.
Yeah.
Or still is important. They're still on the shelf.
I mean, you were saying, oh, Mafex fodder, but holy shit, just to make that figure even back then.
The good thing about that, though, I can stand it behind other things and it still looks intact. As long as you can't see the feet. It's just missing toes. It still stands. But and King Shark came out okay, but I didn't sculpt his thing, which I justified by his thing. I didn't just his costume, his strap.
Yeah.
Which I justified as, well, Mattel wouldn't do it, so I do it. And I wish I had.
I was just lazy and used the movie figure as the comic figure in my display, which I usually don't do that, but I did it for that one.
Where is, all I've got is the oh, no, probably not. I guarantee it was on the old forums.
Uh-oh, somebody's talking about Pop-Tarts, which I thought of you, and I guess I'll pose this question because I saw some thing online. Do you consider, okay, you know, the hot dog is a sandwich question. Somebody said Pop-Tarts or ravioli.
I'd probably, I don't, is a calzone a ravioli?
I mean, I think that's just as worthy of asking as a Pop-Tart. But
yeah, because I never thought of it as a ravioli, but that makes more sense than
I
a calzone that I've thought of before.
Yeah, I don't have a strong feeling one way or the other on it, but it posed an interesting, you know, thought exercise. Well, a stupid thought exercise, but I guess, yeah.
Lose all the custom thread. Yeah, the customs had some hard times there for a couple times.
Yeah.
Some of those threads got so old that couldn't hold up unless you boil Pop-Tarts. Well, I mean, that's getting a little more specific with it, but in
toasted ravioli. If
a 4-year-old was describing it to you, it would be the same, similar. They're both hand pies.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Hostess pies are kind of the same thing, just more stuffing, right?
Giant fruit raviolis.
Yeah. What's going on, Matt?
I can feel my grandmother rolling over at this conversation. But...
Boiling Pop-Tarts. It's not filled with either meat or cheese, but what if it was? That's breakfast. Well, that's not Pop-Tarts, was it? It was pastry. Was that toaster pastries?
Yeah, but I was going to say, I think, like, I believe someone for a long time held the patent for peanut butter that was like American cheese singles that you could do with that.
Oh.
I do believe that who makes Pop-Tarts, whoever makes them, they just have to decide that, okay, we're gonna be insane, and here's your bacon, egg, and cheese Pop-Tarts. It can happen. It will happen.
I guess I missed the peanut butter singles, but it makes sense, right?
Yeah, and pasta, and I'm sorry, pasta versus bread. My Italian grandma will even say that it's essentially the same thing. Pasta and bread are essentially the same thing.
Toaster strudel.
Yeah.
Was it toaster strudel that came out with a bacon, egg, and cheese version?
I think so. Yeah. But like I said, I didn't have strong feelings about it. I just saw it and I was like, we're gonna ask Robo that question.
Is cereal soup? Not my cereal.
It's gazpacho. because gazpacho is cold, right? So.
Marinara Pop Tarts.
Oh, wait. No. Just do the whole mozzarella stick and marinara together inside of the Pop-Tart thing going on. So it's like the cheese and the marinara. Yeah, see, it could happen.
What would they
I'm not
frost it
saying
with,
that it would
though?
be good, but
Would they frost it?
huh?
Would it have frosting? It would have to have some kind of
Garlic butter and like
oh,
Parmesan cheese on it. Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, see.
But then it just ends up that would just be like a Little Caesar's cheese stick with the marinara cooked in.
But it wouldn't have the name brand of Pop-Tart.
No, it wouldn't. That's the selling point, huh? Uncrustables. How about Uncrustables with?
Are they Pop-Tarts?
I remember the maple bacon Pop-Tarts.
Wow, really? Okay. But like I said, it wasn't and see, I don't think of like burritos are being brought up as the same because those are like rolled. It's like these are like used and they're sealed shut,
Oh, or then so are Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets are also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not silliness. That's just facts.
Actually,
or are they dumplings?
Well, it's like, but pizza rolls are essentially pizza raviolis, right? But speaking of madness, I saw some madman online made a pizza, cooked pizza rolls, and then put pizza rolls on a pizza and baked it.
Seems like, did I see that? No. Sounds good though.
I was like, I don't outwardly hate that.
That seems like a lot of crust.
Well, yeah, but I mean the only problem with it though is that by the time that you'd have to wait for those pizza rolls to cool off, and the rest of the pizza would be cold.
Yeah. Because the little heater, it brings in sun energy, heat deception.
Yeah, that's the pizza roll pizza. Yeah,
KFC is bringing the cheesa this month. What was that?
I don't know.
Hold on, I read something about that the other day. Chicken pizza hybrid.
Oh God.
Oh no, you're gonna hate this. It's chicken with pizza sauce, cheese, and then pepperoni on top.
That's just fast food pepperoni chicken parm right there.
Yeah. Are they doing different variations? Is that macaroni?
Oh God.
Oh, it's got peppers. Cheetah sounds like a Dragon Ball Z villain.
That is correct. And I don't even know Dragon Ball, but that is correct.
Biscuits and gravy is wet flour on dry flour. Yep. Please don't block me.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
I've never thought about that before, but that's
Well, and I mean, thinking about making pasta. You take the dries and you make them wet, then you make them dry to make them wet.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wets. We're gonna say wets.
Oh well, yeah. Wet the dries, dry the wets, wet the dries, dry the wets, wet the dries, dust the wets.
No, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah. Calzone is a large Italian empanada. What the hell am I looking at? Yeah, I don't think from the people who brought you.
For those of you just tuning in, we've gone off the rails as usual.
It's the Leaning Tower of Pizza. I guess it's pizza. I haven't heard it out loud.
Pizza? I mean, it would have to be because it's chicken pizza, right? So pizza.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if.
But I agree. I'm mostly Italian as well. comrade Bobcat. And yes, it hurts my soul just even talking about it a little bit, but I had to bring it up because it was Pop-Tarts related, and so I had to ask Robo about it.
Yeah. It's Pizza the Hut.
Oh man, that always grossed me out as a kid so much.
It tastes great, pizza.
Oh god, gonna push takeout for you.
Add bacon and it's a beacha. Beachza. I never had a double down either. It never appealed to me.
No, me neither.
Here's a
Yeah, that looks like a sad parm.
Somebody wrote an article, how to create the KFC Cheetza at home. Take chicken, put pizza toppings on top.
Put under broiler for 2 minutes. Done.
Give me money.
Yeah.
Not savages. We're just looking at what fast food is doing.
Yeah, I would not eat that. It's just looking at it.
Yeah. Oh, there's pineapple. That's like,
ew, gross.
Stop.
Get out of here with that.
I think these are different people making the same recipe.
Imagine being like, I'm gonna go and make that at
home. Stop by KFC, get some chicken strips. Stop at a pizza joint, your choice, and just scrape the toppings off onto
it's just the shit that gets stuck to the top of the box.
Yeah.
You shave off and put it on.
Just throw it down on the chicken and you're done.
That looks like that's very much a hey, here's chicken parm put through the American fast food experience.
Right.
Oh God.
I'm gonna run through something. This is what I think that's the actual advertisement, I think. So and then they didn't even melt the cheese all the way. That's like microwave pizza. That's what you do. You get some KFC chicken strips, get a Totino's, scrape it off, microwave it for a minute and a half, and you're good to go.
You know, whenever I see cheese melted like that, it reminds me of my formative years as a child when my brother and I would go to my dad's house every other Friday night, and sometimes he would make pizza, which was just a frozen pizza with a bunch of other shit thrown on it because he didn't know anything about anything as like kids and making dinner for them and stuff like that.
Food that even penguins won't eat. Have you all heard of ramen pizza?
I mean, I love crab rangoon pizza in general, so is chicken pizza. So, but if this is ramen with pizza toppings on top of it, no, thank you. Because I know cheese and ramen is a big thing at the moment, but I do not agree with that. Ugh, that sounds terrible to me.
Here's something you can add. Are we going to get an update soon on those 2003 turtles from Super 7? Also, do you know what goes good with pizza? Turtle soup.
The shredder. Yes.
The shredder.
All right, shredder. Don't try to trick me into answering your questions here. Well, I mean, let's see. At most, we're a couple of months, I would say, away from seeing the 2003 thing because Brian has said the next series of TMNT Ultimates will feature 2003 somebody. So I'm trying to think back. What was the last pre-order? Was that in December?
Oh, dude, don't even get me on.
So maybe next month, maybe April. So it's going to be quick regardless. And I mean, Super 7 doesn't. I mean, even at like Toy Fair and San Diego, they don't usually show off new stuff reveals there because of the way that their timing works. They reveal stuff when they put it up for pre-order. So I imagine we won't see anything until like 2 days before the pre-order goes live, and it's like a hand or something like that that they tease. But it's got to be getting close. But speaking of Super 7 TMNT, I was supposed to. Oh God.
Dildo Cheetza.
The dildo is delicious.
Stop it.
But I was supposed to record with Kyle this weekend, and we ran into scheduling issues. So I'm going to record with him tomorrow. Unboxing of TMNT Ultimate Series 9. And it's going to be very heavy, like designer from the point of view of the designer. Like I'm going to unbox them while Kyle mostly talks about, the design aspect for it. But for those of you who don't have them yet, because I know a lot of people have them by now, this might be, I mean, obviously I've got to open it and play with it and whatnot, but on like initial spec, this might be the best Ultimates figure ever. And he's huge. And the whole series looks absolutely incredible. So I'm very excited to open these tomorrow. But Wingnut might, if he lives up to, being good as a toy, he's gonna be awesome. So that should be posted sometime soonish. But yeah.
I like the look of that. I've always, since they've debuted it, I like the look of that. The Batman and the Robin and the.
Well, especially with the alternate. I mean, he is a perfect example of. Oh, good night. Of what I think they should be doing with TMNT Ultimates. He follows the formula perfectly. Is that if you want to recreate an updated version of the classic figure, you can essentially do that. But there are new aspects put in with the quote unquote Batman head and the cape and stuff that it's its own thing,
Yeah.
It offers something new. This is handled very, very well. And just him and Scumbug, they just all look really, really good. So I'm excited for that.
The eyes sold me on that Wingnut.
Yeah. Like I said, hopefully like the joints and everything hold up nicely. I don't know because I'm going to literally open them as we're having the conversation, but man, he looks killer.
Super 7 gave us Undercover Raph. Are they going to ever, put out the good one?
Well, the most important Undercover one, because he was the first. Which is crazy because when they went back and did them all together, they were on the Toon Turtle bodies, which were weird. But those, man, those are some high priced figures. But yeah, I need Donatello to finish that first turtle variant group from the vintage line. So yeah.
Oh, thank you, Craig. I seem to have missed that. I went over to the Star to make sure.
Uh-oh. Is that you or me?
I've got the Wi-Fi signal. Connection is unstable.
Okay, that was you. I was like, oh, it's probably me, but
I think that's saying, hey, get off the live stream. It's in between the times we set.
Yeah, that's true.
It's Robo. Don't panic. Everybody knows who it is at this point. Did you guys order the Super 7 old Arnie Conan on the throne? I didn't.
Yeah, I did. And I ordered the next series because there's Subutai and different characters. Yeah. So,
and the Valkyrie.
And according, I've talked to Brian a couple of times, and those figures are supposed to have printing. So fingers crossed.
You froze here. You can't see me. Do. Okay.
Yeah.
One last thing.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about flipping Marvel Legends.
Yeah, we didn't talk.
Except Arnim Zola, which was the most important one. So I
We
guess
talked about Arnim Zola, and you're in for Icarus, right? That's
I'll get Icarus and Kazar. I would get Wolfsbane to be in the ridiculous team, but that's not the right costume for her, right?
for that team.
Well, for that team, yes, it is. But isn't she more? What team am I thinking of?
Oh,
I don't know.
New Mutants.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I guess we kind of got the a new mutancy.
Yeah, she came as an alternate head in that Walgreens.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I'm getting one. I'm getting. Surely they're going to use her for Feral, right? To get some X-Force, get finished or get that closer to finished. I'm not sure who else we need for X-Force, but I'm getting an extra for sure for Hepzibah.
Oh,
because Alpha Magnus gave me that Squirrel Girl tail last year. So this has been in the works. This has been in planning for a while.
Yeah, the only ones that I pre-ordered were Icarus and Kazar.
Icarus looks
good. There's like a lot of good Kirby vibing going on with these reveals with Icarus because he's very Kirby as you can get in the Marvel Legends sense, I think, right? And then Zola, so it's like let's ramp that shit up hard for when the Fantastic Four deluge starts.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I only pre-ordered those two. Wolfsbane and that Cable are maybes, but then if I get 4 figures, it's like, am I going to go ahead and display or build Zabu? Even though it's like, I hate to say this, I don't really care that much to get that. Even though I want Kazar really badly, it's like, yeah, maybe.
You don't want Black Winter? Hey, if this is all I have to buy to finish out the wave, because I'm pretty good with the rest of them, so he's the one I'm like, well, I got to get him for a Build-A-Figure piece. But I don't have to get Iron Man either.
I don't remember who said Black Winter first on the stream, but I heard it as like old timey, like Western. I thought they said Black Witter. Like Witter Woman. It's like you're talking about Black Widows.
Yeah, and you looked up and it was like, wait a second, that's not Widow. Yeah, and that's where that's maybe a couple of Kazars too. Yeah, he looks cool. He'll end up in the tub. I guess it's okay. And this one, I'm glad it doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece.
Yeah.
Even though it's neat for people who like the modern. But I do wish this was a little more brown. I don't think I've said it out loud.
It looks like that first release of Tigra.
No.
And they're gonna but no, I don't mean like she's as orange as that, but she's like off just enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, now that in the comic books they did use orange a lot to kind of make it stand out against everything else, but this works. But hairy arms and legs. Get a skunk tail on her. Oh yeah, Star Jammers.
Well, so if I do end up pulling the trigger eventually on her, which is likely, and Cable, which probably as well, then I'm only 2 away from the Build-A-Figure. So it's like by that point, especially if they're discounted, it's like, oh, might as well do it because the Build-A-Figure looks like it's very well done.
It's a Hasbro animal figure, so we know
but that to me is what Cable should look like.
You shut up, Matt. You shut up.
Oh man, he gonna get you to buy a couple of
those. Change. Okay, hold on. Since I have this picture,
now you're looking at it. Yeah, now you're gonna look at it.
Where's the other arm come from, though? Oh, well, it depends on how big this is too. Well, it's Cable. It should be fairly big.
There's a group shot of him.
Oh, I guess did I capture that? I was capturing the group shots and I missed it. But yeah, somebody brought up Thundar. You could make a Tarzan. You could make
Marvel Legends He-Man.
a Marvel Legends He-Man, because people have been taking this body and this head.
Oh, yeah.
And it's He-Man-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Conan. Cable reuses Hercules, by the way. Okay, so that works out because wait, did they have a so if Cable reuses Hercules, well, no, he's got those stretch fabric stretches between the pecs.
Yeah, but I think, does Hercules have that? No. Maybe. I don't know. He's just far enough away. I can't tell.
I already have a Captain Britain going on a Hercules body. So
look at you.
But I've gotten this far because that's a lot of straight line painting.
Oh, yeah, it is, baby.
Even if I go with the second costume with the diamonds, which I will on this one, it's still a bunch of straight lines.
Just wait until the printing technology that they're using at the factories becomes like prosumer and consumer. Woo, woo, woo.
Scrolling back up for a minute, Steven, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Veebs, I can't believe you won't buy Cable. Don't you have the one-up arcade of Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
No, I don't. I've got the X-Men game, not Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel Legends Wundar. Here's his arms for sure. Yeah, but different torso. It'd be kind of neat to have the fabric stretches in the middle. Damn it, Matt. Well, maybe that's another reason. Wait, what's this? What is that a
veiny leg?
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess that is on Hercules. So
yeah,
that's his legs.
The pads are just on the knee pieces, so
yeah,
that's
which
easy.
Works. It's just these fabrics right here, which would kind of work for Britain.
Careful.
That's definitely his shoulders.
You're thinking about buying a $25 fodder piece for fabric stretches.
Well, I just took an $80 figure.
Yeah, but you already had the $80 figure.
But the thing about it, the Cable I like, I have the X-Force Cable. I was getting this because it's X-Force or X-Men uniformy.
Yeah,
and because I want Zabu pieces. But if I can use this for
well,
Captain
and
Britain,
see that's the thing. I prefer that look for Cable, but if I'm going to have a Cable on the shelf, or if I'm going to have an X-Force display on the shelf, it's like the Cable that we already have is the Cable that goes with that, and he feels most appropriate there because I certainly don't put him with the classic X-Men.
Yeah.
So, That's a tough one. Like I said, but like was said though, the Marvel versus Capcom sect should be very happy with this.
Yeah.
It's like Jada and Hasbro are working together here to make that happen.
I don't think those, if it's the same legs, those are just strap-ons.
Yeah, but it could be new like upper thigh hip pieces, you know.
The harness is molded into the chest and torso. Oh, Leia, look at that. It is. That's why it's not attached. It in fact, from the side, doesn't it go under here and it's not attached to the belt? Okay, hold on. Let's do this real quick.
These are the questions that must be answered.
Cable guy.
Cabla goobla.
Is that light shining through his crotch,
Yeah.
his butt flap?
Yeah.
And look right there.
Oh, would you look at that?
And this is just sticking up. I get it. You'll be able
That's
to crunch without the things going all crazy. But yeah, they're molded in.
that's some crazy force perspective stuff going on there.
I bet, yeah, they're keyed. Well, I don't know. Look. Well, okay, maybe they are. They're definitely glued down or tabbed down.
Yeah, which means that they're probably keyed if they're glued.
His gluten flaps. Yeah, it seems like I saw that and then I kind of glazed over it, went on.
That seems weird to me that they did it that way.
Well, I mean, otherwise, if it's the belt and here it's making the belt go up and down, is that kind of how they did Giant Man, or was that something else?
Right. No, I get it, but I mean, you can't knock them for putting extra work into making something more effective rather than just glue something
Yeah.
onto a dude. So yeah.
Kind of like it. Yeah. Need to see it in action because it does kind of break in some places.
Well, that's the thing. Unless it's straight on, how's that going to look?
Yeah. But that's, well, I don't know. That's the ab crunch. Okay. Shh. Okay, so we're talking new torso, new arm. Is this the same cable head?
No.
No, but it has the Nate Gray X-Man.
That silly eye effect.
So maybe the legs are no. They're overlaid. Same gun though. He's rocking the same weapons.
Yeah.
So this will stay as cable. I do wish there was boot tops though.
Yeah, because I mean, even in this, you can see that blue coming through that yellow.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Same time. We saw it. We all saw it at the same time. Enhance. Enhance. I don't know. It works as cable. So I'm good with that. Plus I need this.
Or such a silly character. It works. Ocular urination. Yes, that's true. What if your piece came out of your eye?
Love handle huggers.
Yeah. Or disguisers. It like goes up right there so you can't see them from front on.
Yeah, the 5 o'clock shadow face print, it does look good.
Yeah.
They did that
Marvel Legends face printing is probably the best thing going in like the buy your figures at the store lines, it's good.
Is that how they did the Cyclops self? I don't have. Well, I have the cell shading one. I don't remember how that's set
the 97. Is that the one? I don't. Does anybody have him yet?
I think he's shipping. I know CMD store got him in stock, and my Executioner from Amazon shipped.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Cyclops. The only. Who did I order from that? Who all's in that wave? Cyclops says I'm going to get him when he goes on sale.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler is another one I'm going to get when they go on sale.
To replace the body on the one you have.
Yeah, with the fan plastic forehead.
Jean Grey.
No.
Black Queen.
Yeah.
Madeline.
Yeah, Madeline. That's who I pre-ordered. Yep.
Goblin Queen. Sorry.
Goblin Queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Black Queen, but I heard Goblin Queen in my head. So.
And Magneto with the big M chest.
Yeah, no, I don't need that. But
I like that costume, but I don't like those bodies. I don't care for.
Yeah, Cyclops and Nightcrawler. If they go on sale or if I happen upon them in a store, I pick those up. Jean, I'd have to see her first to see if like the body is worth replacing the one that I already have from that box set. Yeah.
Yeah, because Executioner, I'm just getting because it's a new, unique character. I'm getting Madeline too, but and maybe Cyclops for a head swap. But
Yeah.
Executioner, I want to swap. I want to do the same Balin and Shin thigh swap
Oh yeah.
to make him a little taller because I'm afraid he's short for whatever reason.
I just don't care about Executioner, so
Me neither. But it's something to mod, something to play with, and it gets him on the show. We'll see. But yeah, the Nightcrawler with the sculpted arms and legs looks pretty cool.
Yeah. He's one that I may just not end up not waiting on, but Cyclops is definitely see him in person or wait till he goes on sale to get.
Okay, 9:30.
Yeah.
You ready to get out?
Gotta head out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said 9:30. I'm glad I said 9:30 because that's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because that's when I started looking at it. Like,
the cushion. Yeah.
Yeah. The cushion.
Yeah.
We're pushing on out of here.
Yeah, because
what?
But no, this has been fun. We got to get back on track.
On the schedule.
Yeah. The schedule.
The schedule. Oh, you sound just like Stratos. That's awesome.
The 2000X Stratos.
Yeah.
Not the Filmation.
I know. It's worse when you
next time.
We didn't learn a life lesson.
You royal boobs.
But I appreciate everyone coming by for me to, mature and hit puberty and such. And gluten goodbye. But no, I appreciate everybody stopping by and hanging out. And, we'll try to get back on schedule. But if we don't, we'll come back around sometime.
Yeah, we'll be there and be square.
Both.
Yeah.
As usual.
Yeah.
But okay, everybody.
All right.
Bye.